Hello, I'm your professor Daniel Picheta, and I'm going to do my best to give you a brief overview of how to get started here this first week and these first days, July 6th and July 7th, to make sure you're successful in submitting and doing what you need to do to gain full credit these first days of class. So if you've gotten this far to see this video, you've already gotten to our portal for Native American religions, and you clicked this button to see all these goodies here, and you've read through that. So click on syllabus and instructor's email. I'll do that right there, and you'll see the handy dandy Native American religions syllabus, which will be your close friend. Make it your close friend. It's your quick way to see what's upcoming, what are the big due dates, what are the large objectives of this course, what are the more particular learning themes and objectives for each day of learning activities. Make that your good friend. On these first days, you can submit questions for anything you don't understand yet through July 6th and 7th introductions. So let's click that, and hopefully good, everything's coming up fluidly. So any questions you have about the syllabus, click that and you're able to submit a question. There you can create a thread, ask me a question. Likely your peers, your colleagues in the class will have similar questions, and that'll be an easy place where they can see your question and get answers, and everyone can get on the same page quickly. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Okay, first I'll put your attention to these little learning modules what we have here. This course moves very quickly. You want to do your best to organize your time each day. Some of you might be working during the morning, maybe during the afternoon, maybe during the evening, so you want to find time each day, Monday through Thursday, whatever pocket or window you have, 3 to 5 hours to complete what's needed for this course for that day. Organize yourself and discipline yourself to take care of business so you don't get behind fast. July 6th and 7th in introductions. This means that these first 2 days, you have 2 days to submit to the discussion board on the readings, on these first readings. You have till Tuesday, July 7th to make those first submissions. From then on, you do the readings and you submit that very same day, the date that is mentioned. So Wednesday, July 8th, there's readings there that you'll do for Wednesday, and you'll submit by Wednesday night your ideas, your understanding of those readings, your arguments based on those texts, based on sometimes the videos and lectures that I also provide. Okay, so July 9th, for example, so you'll be doing the readings given for July 9th and submitting by 11:59 p.m. the very latest on July 9th to get credit for completing the readings and participating in the discussion board. Okay. So for July 6th and July 7th, I provide a little overview here of what you need to do. You can read through those. There's a video welcome to the course that supplements this video that I'm doing right now. It gives an overview of the syllabus and a mini introduction to who I am. You can also see the who am I information in summary, or perhaps a little more detail on the previous welcome page, as you may have already seen. Okay, introductions. This is the place where I'd like you to introduce yourself, provide as much or as little detail as you feel fit, feel comfortable. If you want to upload a picture there, great, wonderful, we can see what you look like. If not, that's totally fine as well. But your formal name as well as what you'd like to be called. I'll do my best to learn your nicknames if you have one and call you by that, and any sort of course messages or emails I need to exchange with you during the course of these 4 weeks. Something about your life history, your academic year, any interest and background, your major, your interest in this course and your background to the content of this course, your major, hobbies, and any dream job you could have and make a living, what would it be? Okay. There's a PowerPoint on defining and studying religion. I tried to insert audio on this PowerPoint earlier today. I ended up saving the PowerPoint in an earlier version of Microsoft PowerPoint, and it didn't take in those audio recordings, and after spending half an hour doing that, I was a little bit discouraged on that, but I learned a valuable lesson for the future when I attempt to do that with future lectures. But you'll be able to read at the bottom of the PowerPoints pretty much everything I would have said on those PowerPoint slides anyway, and hopefully I'll get some PowerPoint or slides or readings in the future that has my voice if you don't have it, if you don't find it too annoying, and can hear as well as read the information for reinforcement. So for these first day, July 6th and 7th, I provide all the readings that you need, just in case you're a little bit slow on acquiring all the books that have been assigned for the class. So you can find one of the readings here. Supplemental readings that aren't part of the books will always be in the portal for that day. So you see Seeing with a Native Eye, How Many Sheep Will It Hold, which is a supplemental reading. It's not part of any of your textbooks. Okay. Chapters for first days, helping you out. So I have scanned those pages that you need to read for July 6th and 7th there. And so no one should have any problems being able to read and submit these first days. Please keep in mind that these readings are for this class only. They're not to be retransmitted or shared online in any forum. It's not for general use. These scans are exclusively for the use of this class, so that we can do our best to not take advantage of or break too many copyright laws for this course. Okay, so once you're ready to do the readings, it's a good idea to read through the questions that I provide, so you get a sense for what should be your objectives, what kinds of things you should be reading for, frame your mind of what questions and issues will be explored in those readings for that day, so you know what to pay attention to a little bit more. There'll probably be a few questions that you'll focus on more as far as for your response entries go. For these first 2 days, July 6th and 7th, we're going to be looking at the concept of religion within religious studies itself, what the field of religious studies is all about more generally. That will be explored specifically in the PowerPoint I provide. We're going to also be looking at various scholars of Native American religions, what they have to say about if there's any sort of underlying theme that unites Native American religions that makes them perhaps different in some significant way from world religions more generally, whether you're looking at Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam. We're going to also be looking at the term life way, which some scholars of Native American religions argue is a more helpful, more precise way to characterize Native American religions, in which religion is not a unique domain of life, but integrates and pervades and brings completeness to all facets of life within a Native American point of view and practice. Okay, so these are the major themes you're going to be looking at. On top of that, these readings look at issues of empathy, of this term I've written here that's been underlined in orange because it's a Greek word, epoche, which refers to the idea that we should press pause on our own evaluations, our own ideas about things, and create a posture of openness to new ways of looking at things, new ways of knowing that are perhaps quite different than the ones we've been raised with. One will find quite quickly that the major concerns of Native American religions are fairly distinct from perhaps religions we might have a deeper background in already, such as Christianity and its focus on salvation and how salvation is achieved, or with Buddhism, what creates enlightenment, in what ways are we able to get past the cycles of rebirth and attain this idea or state of being called nirvana. These are very different issues for the most part than are really emphasized in Native American religions. Okay, these readings also explore ideas of humility, which overlaps really with empathy and epoche, in which we can carry forth with strength and confidence our own background, but also have the humility to expect that Native American religions are rich in world heritage, have something important to offer and say to the knowledge of humanity, for ways of living, for ways of understanding. They're not fault-proof either, and we can look with a critical eye at some of those things, but have the humility to listen and hear what they have to say as well. Okay, so let me double check here and make sure there wasn't anything else I want to talk about to get you started here. Only last things I can think of at the moment is to, as soon as possible, you don't have to do it necessarily these first 2 days, but pay attention to your research essay. I give you detailed directions on how to do that. Download this document, which is a combined rubric and detailed directions of your approach to that. Your due date for stating your research topic on July 18th, and you'll click and submit there what your research topic is, as well as there will be a place to submit your final essay by August 3rd, by the late evening then. You can submit it anytime earlier. It's a good idea if you're looking at a topic similar to a topic on one of these days that you perhaps end up doing those readings even more closely than you would have otherwise, and perhaps use that day to compose most, if not all, of your essay on that day, and you'll be ready to go, and you're not scrambling on the last days of the quick 4-week semester to get that done. Okay. You'll find places to take the quizzes and tests. You won't have your first one till the 13th, but it'll be within those portals or modules that you'll find a link to take those time quizzes and time tests, which you have 4 of them this semester. Okay. So I hope this brief overview of working with all of this has been helpful, and I look forward to getting to know each one of you a little bit better, and let me know if you have any questions or confusions about how to approach this course.